Hi guys, Karen here with another La Crusade video. Welcome back to our channel and thank you so much for watching. And guys, we made it to 900 subscribers, so we're almost there. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. And once again, remember we're giving away a $100 gift card to help us reach 1,000 subscribers. All you have to do is be subscribed to our channel. Yeah, that's all you have to do. And we just thank you guys for getting us to 900. This is so cool. I saw the number this morning, so yeah, it's just really cool. But thank you guys so much. So let's get right into it. I'm going to answer some quick questions first. First off, the question about my headscarves. I just like headscarves. You can get them at fangem.com. Beautiful Haitian-owned company based in Texas. And the earrings too. And any of my scarves that I wear around my neck, I probably bought them when we lived overseas. They're a lot cheaper to buy, so I just bought a lot of them. And but all these scarves are from Fangem. I'll leave that link in the description box below for those who are interested. Now we're going to get into those questions that have to do with either Le Creuset or Williams-Sonoma. I got quite a few questions, and so it was really exciting to be able to answer everything. So let's get right into it so I don't keep you guys that long. So first up, did I ever find the square measuring spoons to fit into the spice jars? Absolutely. So I'm going to drop a picture here. I found rectangular ones at williamsonoma.com. At that time, I still would use the little small jars, but if you use the WEC jars, it doesn't really matter because you can use the regular spoons for that. But if you're using the jars that you can just purchase from the store, or you're buying glass jars that are in the same size as what you could buy at the store, these rectangular spoons are really be good for your jars because they can go into it. You don't have to worry about pouring the stuff out into the spoon. So I think I dropped a picture. Okay. Then the next question, what inspired me to purchase Le Creuset cookware? And then there's a second half to that, which is, do I think Le Creuset is worth the price point? So first part of that question is, what inspired me to buy Le Creuset items? So as I said before, I grew up with my mom using a lot of cast iron, and occasionally she had some aluminum pans and what have you. And so, but those didn't hang around very long because they tend to mess up very, very quickly. It was mostly the non-stick skillets that she would buy over and over again. And so I just decided, just to start off with stainless steel and cast iron. And I thought I was doing something at that time. And I shared this before, I think, when we lived in Germany, we took a trip to France, which is only like an hour's ride by car, train, bus, just a hop, skip, and a jump away. So we did that, walking around, kind of meandering around. I love color, and as we were walking through one of the little avenues, saw this store, thought it was clothing. Well, not necessarily clothing, but I was kind of trying to figure out what exactly they sold. And I was kind of confused because all I saw were pots and they were very colorful. But I was just kind of like, what are they selling? And then it dawned on me, like, they're selling pots. And they were beautiful, nipped inside. Saw it was cast iron, saw the price point, and thought like, so it wasn't something like you could immediately purchase. Well, at that time, I was like, hold up, what is this? And the researcher side of me was like, go home, check it out, see what it is, And from that moment on, after I researched it, and then I just decided, I think it was probably about years ago, 16 years ago, to just switch out our entire kitchen piece by piece. And that's what I did. Saved a lot of money that way. As our, didn't switch out our cast iron though, but anything else that was switched out as things, no longer stood the test of time. That pot or pan was discarded, and then it was replaced with Le Creuset at the time. and you know, never look back. Do I think the Le Creuset price point is worth it? Um, I would say, do I think the prices are high sometimes? Absolutely, absolutely. But I will say, in terms of craftsmanship, um, definitely you're going to get your money's worth over time. So if you're thinking about long-term longevity of the pot, you're going to get your money's worth. Now, I don't know about them raising prices this year. If they do, I don't know. You know, raising the prices even more, I'm kind of like, I don't know. But, you know, in terms of the price point where it is, you know, if it stays where it is, you know, it's okay depending on what you need. If you, and also if you stay focused on what you actually need versus thinking you have to buy the entire collection, because you don't. You know, you may just need one or two things, and the rest of your collection may be traditional cast iron, and that's cool. That's okay because cast iron works. So I think the price point is good so long as it, one, fits your budget. Two, you know exactly what you're going to get. Make a plan for it. Yeah, and I think a question that I could follow up with that was, um, also, I often buy things in the spur of the moment, and then I get buyer's remorse. Do you feel that way about any of the items you purchase? No, because I like to plan. You know, in terms of Le Creuset. Now, if it were a perfume or something, we're talking totally different, okay? If we're talking something about perfume, you could catch me making a spur of the moment choice then. But, you know, or even if it's like something kitchen-y that's like quick, something, a little doodad that you can use in the kitchen, yeah, I have no problem with that. But any Le Creuset purchase or a heavy duty purchase like that is always planned. I oftentimes, like the list that I share with you guys, my wish list, it is truly a list that I make at the beginning of each year or at the end of the year. I take inventory of what I have. I go over what I've used to make sure that I'm actually getting my cost per use out of it. Because otherwise, you know, I don't want anything that's sitting on the cabinet just kind of sitting there, you know, looking pretty. I don't want anything like that because I'm just not getting my money's worth out of it. But I always make a plan and I just decide when I'm going to purchase it. So definitely, it's everything that I do here, like show you guys my wish list, is real. So, and then what's another question? Oh, if I could create a whole new Le Creuset color, what would I like to make it? Well, my favorite color is hunter green, or any, not necessarily any green, but green is my favorite color, and like an emerald hunter. So what I would do if I was making a, not necessarily a new color, but I would take green and start off, you know how they do the ombre effect, started from a lighter shade of green where you see like the plants just emerging and they're kind of yellowy green, and as it comes down into that early plant color, which is like a lighter green, a sort of just a green color, and as it comes down into a more emerald kind of green towards the bottom. To me, that would just be absolutely beautiful. And I think they do the ombre effect really, really well. In some instances, it gets kind of lost because you don't really see it. Like when you see meringue, you can, when they start off with it, like when you're really looking at it, it gets to a kind of a blushy pink towards the bottom. But you have to really be looking at it to see. It's beautiful, but sometimes it can kind of get lost. If you sit it next to something white, you may be able to see it, but in the sea of all the other colors, it just looks like the kind of one beigey, white looking color there, but that ombre effect is really beautiful on meringue. So I would do, once again, I would do a green color and have it into an ombre effect from the lighter green all the way to the deepest color of green. It going into emerald. Don't want this to be too long, so let me see. If there was a dream item that I could get that doesn't exist yet, well, I love to watch people cooking, and I don't know if anybody's familiar with the channel Mark Weens. He goes all over the world eating food, and he says his slogan is "Have food, will travel," and people have these humongous, it's not a fire pit, but they'll have a flat cast iron, I don't know, kind of like it's a circle. If they could do a huge pan like that, oh, that would be beautiful. So I think in terms of size, it's probably 24 to 36 inches in diameter going around, and it's a flat base, and people use it to make naan or just any type of flat bread, or they will make like different delicacies on it, just a flat one, and maybe curve the edges just so nothing rolls out, and that way and people will use them to make crepes. They'll use large crepes, beautiful, beautiful. If they did something like that, I'm sure it would cost a lot, but I think that a lot of people all over would use that definitely, because right now it looks like it's 24 to 36 inches in diameter. It's a huge round like plate of just nothing but cast iron, and to me, that's like, to watch people cook on that is absolutely incredible. Let me see. And last question, let's see. Do we have anything else? Oh, something that I purchased that that I was kind of disappointed in. Well, I like these things, so I don't think they're bad things. But one thing would be the Le Creuset skillet. For me, the skillet, after a while, first off, it's very small and low, so you can only, it's great for breakfast items, or if you want to make like a big baked cookie or something like that. But if I were making like let's say cinnamon rolls or something like that, it's really low. If I wanted to make biscuits, it's low as well. And so the one that I purchased, so I'm going to drop some pictures of the one. I got the traditional one, not the signature one. And I think that's why I'm really interested in seeing what the stove deep dish 11-inch skillet actually looks like. But let me know in the comments what you guys are thinking. This is going, I don't want it to get into 15 minutes. But I hope you guys found this helpful. I know I was like rambling. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.